Hello, and welcome to Health Talk. I am Dr. Martha, and I am here today with our guest, Jennifer Green. She's an esthetician at Salon Elizabeth, and Jen is going to tell us today about how to take care of our skin in the summertime. So let's go ahead and say hello to Jen, our guest.
Hello, everyone.
So Jen, tell us a little bit about what an esthetician is.
So as an esthetician, I was licensed by the state of Vermont, and I was able to study everything skin. So I'm a skincare professional. I help people take care of their skin the best way that they can with education, as well as with salon and spa treatments that they can receive from me. And I also, I'm a product professional as well, so I help people understand products and how they work and how to use the products best for yourself.
I love that. And I have to say, salon treatments, oh, those are so nice.
They are a lot of fun.
So we're wearing our sunglasses today. How cool are we, right? So Jen, tell us a little bit about why we're wearing our sunglasses today.
So we're wearing our sunglasses because one of the most important things that you can protect from the sun are your eyes. So making sure you have a pair of sunglasses with UVA or UVB protection, which is very important. Do you want to keep them on, or should we?
Yeah, we can take them off now so I can see.
So protecting your eyes is very important, especially just riding in the car, walking to and from work, from your car to where you need to be. We can't forget about our eyes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
I mean, even I don't really promote tanning, but you know, they do give you the eyewear to protect
for a reason,
your eyes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
So
tanning's a bad no.
Yeah, I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying.
But yes, there is a reason why.
Yeah.
And 80 to 85% of our aging is actually due to the sun. So we really want to protect ourselves from the sun. The sun has many great benefits, including making us feel great. You know, our skin helps us to process the sun into vitamins. You know, we have amazing function in our skin. Our skin is our largest organ, and lots of times people forget that, or they're amazed when I tell them that fact.
Yeah.
So when you're in the sun, making sure you use the right protection is very important. And a lot of people are not aware of information about sunscreen and sun protection.
Well, it's so confusing. I mean,
It is.
you go into a store and you stand there, and there's, you know, everything from 4 to 50,
80.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
How do you know? What are you looking for?
Well, one of the main things that you're looking for is you want UVA and UVB sun protection, and that's considered broad spectrum or broadband spectrum. And UVA is our strongest ray, the sun's strongest ray. It penetrates the longest. And the A is for aging. So the UVA, you can always remember aging, and that's going to be what causes the skin damage that can lead to things like skin cancer. So it can cause discoloration, texture changes. Melanin in our skin is actually a way of protecting our skin. So when we get tan, it shows that our skin had to work a little harder to try to protect our cells. And when we start to get age spots when we're older, it's actually a sign that that melanin cell has gotten tired and now is just going to stay at the surface because it's stopped functioning the way it should.
Yeah.
And that's after long-term sun exposure. So, so UVA is very important, and then UVB, you can remember what UVB is for, is the B is for burning. So it's the shortest ray. Well, there's a UVC, but we don't get hit by that one, thank goodness. But the UVB, exactly. The UVB is for burning, and so you want to make sure that you're getting protection for your cells as well as the short-term damage of a burn, because you know how uncomfortable that can be.
Oh yeah.
And burning.
Especially you and I.
Yes, we're very light-skinned. And UVB, UVA, you want to protect your young ones from that too, because any sun damage done before the age of 18 is what shows up in our 30s and 40s. So making sure your children have that sun protection as well.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about this morning. Both my mom and my sister have both had skin cancer, and my dad too. And they've all had different types. And we grew up on a farm.
Right.
You know, we were all very light skinned. My dad
Yeah.
was a redhead. My mom had darker hair, but her parent, her mother was a redhead.
Yes.
So we back then it's 70s. I mean,
You
we
just went out in the sun.
think about it. You
Yes.
didn't really have cabs on your tractors. You were out in it all day long in the hayfield or whatever you were doing.
And you make a good point. Like even light-skinned people, or even darker-skinned people, we still need sun protection.
Yes.
And the sun has changed throughout the years. Like I remember the peak burning time was like noon to 3, and after 3 you were safe. And really, there's no safe time anymore. I do have a few little protective measures that you could use while understanding sunscreen as well, if that works.
Yeah, that'd be great. We love prevention, right, people?
Prevention is key.
Yes.
So one of the things that you want to make sure you do is limit sun exposure. So between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. are the times that you're going to have the most chance of burning and hurting your skin. That's when our sun's the strongest. SPF for your lips is very important. So it's not just your eyes, but using a product for your lips with an SPF in it. Clothing to cover your skin. If you're going to be at the beach for a long time, don't forget an umbrella or a cover-up. There's more ways to protect your skin besides a skincare product.
Well, I see you have a hat.
Yes, a hat as well. Very important to have a nice broad band on your hat, so you're protecting yourself from the sun, as well as your nose and the back of your neck.
So baseball cap is not going to cut it.
Baseball cap's probably not going to cut it.
Okay.
The skin on top of your scalp is one of the most sensitive areas. So even just a 40-minute walk and you could burn the top of your scalp. So a baseball cap for that example might be okay. Like if you're going out for an exercise, just put on your baseball cap.
But not a golf visor.
No.
That has an open.
Because that's going to have the open spot.
Right.
Exactly. I see women with those and I'm like, what are you doing?
No, I have one.
Stop it. Throw it away. The other part is we mentioned sunglasses and then reapplication of sunscreen. So reapplying, don't just put it on once and think you're good for the day. And I can go into a measurement on how that's used as well if you would like.
Yeah.
Like how to know. So so for anybody that burns, this is just a very good example of how to keep the measurement. So for you, if you burn within the first 15 minutes of being in the sun, an SPF 15 will give you 15 minutes of total sun protection.
Wow.
And then at the 15-minute mark, it's not like it just drops off, but it just slowly diminishes.
Gotcha.
So somebody diminishes. So somebody who is tans in the sun, you can double that number. So a 15 SPF will give you 30 minutes of total sun protection.
Okay.
So 15 UV, UVAB. However, you want to make sure that you don't go over a 30 SPF. And so people who tell me they have a 50 or 60.
Yeah, I think I have some in my closet.
Throw that out. So there's lots of studies that show that the sun's reaction to a high level SPF, the higher the SPF, the higher the chemical that's been put in there.
Ooh.
And when the sun hits those chemicals, it's kind of like one article I read explained it as a barroom brawl on your skin.
Yeah.
So the cells are flying and fists are going everywhere and you know,
not good.
You don't want to picture that happening microscopically on your skin. So limiting your time and then reapplication of a 30 SPF or below.
Okay, so 30 or below.
Yes.
15 SPF is going to give you about 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Of complete
sun protection.
Yeah, sun protection, but then it starts to diminish. And do you know, is there like a half-life? Is there something?
Well,
how
for
it breaks
example, as a
down?
redhead, your skin absorbs everything. So after a while, like things like sweat, you know, exercise, all that stuff just starts to wear it down. So as a redhead, if I'm in the sun for over an hour and I've applied a 30 SPF to my face, I'm going to reapply that about at the hour mark.
Okay.
So it still gets to bring in a little nutrients, like your skin's going to synthesis, you know, that's the correct word, right?
Yeah, synthesize, yep.
Synthesize the nutrients and like get your vitamin D and everything flowing in your skin.
Yes.
But it's going to, but you're still going to have that protection. So it's really good to just kind of don't go overboard with too high of a chemical or too long of sun exposure. Basically, just like everything, keep everything at a minimum for a healthy lifestyle, like balance.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So what else do you have for us today?
Let me just see my notes here. There is a difference in sunscreens. There's lots of different information out there about bad ingredients versus good ingredients. But again, anything in minimal exposure is key. So if you're looking for a healthier alternative to sunscreen, go for something that's a mineral sunscreen like zinc oxide and titanium oxide. Those are physical blockers. So back in the 50s and 60s when you would see those hot lifeguards with the sunscreen on their nose.
You mean the white?
The white.
Where they had the white on their nose?
That
I love
is actually your best bet. That's zinc oxide, and it's a blocker, so it reflects the sun instead of chemically blocking the sun. It's a physical
blocker. Can I put
blocker.
that like anywhere?
You can put that anywhere, but this is the great news, is that the zinc oxide has improved throughout the years. So it's no longer this white paste on your nose. It's actually you can actually spread it in a little bit better. It's going to be a little stickier than most of them, but the benefit is better because you're not having that sun reaction with the chemicals that are in chemical sunscreens.
Gotcha. So you don't have to walk around like a mime.
No, exactly. You don't need to look like a mime, or people say you got something on your face. You know, it's definitely rubs in much better. So the higher the SPF means the higher the chemical. Okay. We don't necessarily want a lot of chemicals on our skin when we're out in the sun. Yeah. So and those are the things that blow people away when I tell them that information. They're like, wow, you know, I didn't know that. Or so looking for sun care ingredients that have like it will say like zinc oxide on it as one of the first ingredients. If you can pronounce the ingredients, the first few lines, then it's a good bet that that's a safe SPF. I always tell people that.
I think that's just true of all nutrition labels.
Yes, exactly.
If you can pronounce the first few items, because those are what are most abundant.
Exactly.
In, you know, whatever it is that you're purchasing.
Yep.
That's your best
keywords like water.
Oh yeah.
Like if an ingredient, one of the first ingredients listed is water, then it's a good safe. Like it's a way for it to get into your skin.
Oh, nice.
A safe way for it to get into your skin. The other thing I like to remind people is when you're taking a prescription, any type of pharmacist prescription, make sure you look into it and read the the small fine print to make sure that there's no contraindication of the sun exposure with.
That's such a good thing.
Yes.
When I was working in dentistry, we used to have patients take tetracycline occasionally, very small doses, but it said right on there to limit sun exposure because of that reason.
Exactly, and you get to listen to it. I mean, you pay attention to it.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we're coming to the end of our show today. Jennifer Green has just been lovely, and I would love for Jennifer to have just a minute or so to kind of wrap up. What would you like people to take away today?
Well, one thing I'd like to make sure people understand is sunscreen is best. No matter what it is that you have, you know, put some on, use it. But, you know, be aware of what's out there on the market. And then keep an eye on any changes on your skin. Make sure you talk to your skincare professional or your healthcare professional. And just keep an eye. Make sure there's no changes. And if there is, don't be afraid to ask and go see your doctor about it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't feel like you're a hypochondriac.
No.
It's really important because generally the ones you think are okay aren't, and the ones that you think look kind of weird or ugly, generally are okay. It's really hard to tell. So that's where a dermatologist is your best bet to help you with that.
Don't use Google for that.
Right. Don't use Google. So thank you so much for sharing this experience with us today, Jennifer. This was wonderful. And I always learn so much. And I would like to thank all of you for joining us. Please come back again. We do have an email where you can send questions, comments, concerns, anything that you would like us to share on the show. We would love to do that, so please send that to us, and that you will be able to see during the ending of this show. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please protect your skin. Have a great day.